Hello and welcome to Atheist Viewpoint. I'm David Silverman.
And I'm Dennis Horvitz.
And today we're going to be talking to you about the billboard in past tense. We've got the billboard up. We've had our press junket. The response has been amazing, right. And it's just the beginning. And we're going to talk about what happened with the billboard and the publicity that we got.
And for those who've been living in a cave, we're going to be and don't know anything about it. We're going to be showing clips.
Clips. And it absolutely went viral. And we're very, very proud of the billboard and how it reacted and how it went over. And I'm very, very happy that we've gotten some feedback. We've actually gotten a lot of feedback. All the feedback that you would have expected, we got. Everything from "I love you" to "I hate you."
And we're going to be, if we have time, we're going to be reading a few love mails and hate mails. You know.
Yeah, did you hear about the American Atheist Billboard went up right outside the Lincoln Tunnel? What did you hear?
Well, I know that it was. I live in New York City, and there was it was on the local news stations, and most of the one or two I saw were fairly objective. They just said, basically just reported it, which I think is kind of refreshing in a way, without any spin. I was very surprised because they showed. Bill Donahue, the Catholic League, reacting to it, and aside from his usual silliness, he was actually kind of magnanimous for him. I was kind of surprised. Because he's usually more vituperative and vilifying and vicious, but he was rather seasonably jolly for him. So, but for those of you who well, maybe you should just kind of give a basic explanation of why the billboard was worded the way it was, in case you missed it.
Okay, so the billboard said, it's a myth, this season celebrate reason. And it's right up outside the Lincoln Tunnel. It's a huge billboard right outside the Lincoln Tunnel. And the nice thing about the billboard's location is that people drive by it 85,000 times a day very slowly. And I really wanted very slowly to be part of that equation. Right. Because the challenge here is, do you know it's a myth?
Right.
And if you know it's a myth, why are you on your knees? Why are you writing a check?
So in other words, we're not trying to convert people from a religion to atheism. We're trying to reach those people who basically go through the motions and do it because of family or social pressures.
Exactly. Right. We're not going to convert anybody to atheism with a billboard. Right. And by the way, that's not what we do. It's not our objective to convert anybody. Right. The only converting that we're looking for here is to convert closeted atheists into outed atheists and active atheists. That's the conversion that we're looking for. Right. We're not going to make any theists into non-theists. Right. But we are going to challenge people who identify as non-theists to really say, or to those who identify as theists, right, to really say, well, do I know that it's a myth? Right. Is this billboard talking to me? Is this billboard, do I agree with this billboard? Do I know it's a myth? And if I do, why am I writing out a check? Why am I putting money in this guy's pocket? Why doesn't this guy pay taxes anyways? I want them to think about it and to think about...
To start that process.
To start that process. So I put it right on the outside of the Lincoln Tunnel going in, because people are going to drive by it real slow. They're going to think about it in the Lincoln Tunnel. And that was pretty much the end of the strategy, except for the fact that I was going to build it up with, of course, a whole bunch of press. Now, what happened was we put the billboard up the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. Okay? It went up right before Thanksgiving. The idea was that people would see it going into Black Friday. Put it up on the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, and I got 1 or 2 press interviews real quick, nothing big. Right. Then all through Thanksgiving, I got nothing. Then in the Saturday after Thanksgiving, I got Channel 12 came to my house. Sunday after Thanksgiving, Channel 7 from ABC, the ABC News affiliate.
New York station.
New York affiliates, ABC 7 came to the house. And then Monday morning came. And Monday morning, the Monday after Thanksgiving, I had just a few things to do. I didn't get to any of it all through the week. Right. None. Monday morning, the press hit. boom, boom, boom. They kept calling and they kept calling. At one point, here we are at the American Atheist Center, and I had, I was interviewing with ABC News right here, and I had CNN waiting to interview me over there. And ABC, NBC, CBS, nationwide picked up the story. CNN picked up the story. I met Jeannie Mose, who came over, and you know, she's a long time. You know, I used to watch her on Headline News when that was Headline News, so it was kind of cool to meet her. But the amount of press that we got off of this, Russian national television, Canadian national television, British radio, national radio. I got off the phone today with Colombian national radio.
Wow.
We were also on in New Zealand. We were on in Romania. Romania.
Wow.
Romania did a story on the Billboard.
Dracula's a big fan, you know.
Really?
Yes.
Is he an atheist?
He must be.
I don't know. That whole cross thing.
Well, you know, and we've also been getting emails from all over the world, too.
We've been getting emails from all over the world and with all sorts of things. But before we get into the emails, let's talk about what we did as far as where else it went. You know, there's one thing to get on Fox News. And people ask me, why do I go on Fox News? They yell at you and they scream at you and they don't give you a chance to talk, and they don't. But the one thing that Fox News does is it gets you into the other news outlets. Okay, it's like a stepping stone. At least that's how I treat it. So I did Fox News, then we did the CNN and all the other news shows, and I thought that was it. You know, I thought that was cool. But then we really hit pay dirt. Howard Stern talked about us. Mm-hmm. We were on the Colbert Report.
Right.
We were on Saturday Night Live.
Right.
Saturday Night Live.
Right.
This is really deep pop culture. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just show a couple clips, one from the Colbert Report and one from Saturday Night Live, just so that you can see that how well it works. And the nice thing about this, well, let's go to the Colbert Report and the Saturday Night Live. We'll come back. Okay, we're back. So what we saw from those two clips, okay, they didn't hate on us. Neither of them really hated on us. Neither of them, you know, oh, those funny atheists, they're totally right. But hey, that's funny. That's great.
That's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with being poked at a little bit.
Right.
So not only did we make it into national and international media, but we made it into pop culture. You lost your microphone. We made it into pop culture. You're a mess. And in a positive way. So now we've gotten, and NPR did a nice story on us, and they did a story on how we're selling the bumper stickers we're selling the bumper stickers with the logo, with the billboard on it. We're selling shirts with the logo on it as well. And they mentioned that on NPR, and they're selling like crazy. Membership is up. We made between 250 and 300 members just since the billboard went up.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's,
it's like it's great.
I would think that would have to be the greatest number of new memberships in the shortest amount of time ever.
I believe. Well, I don't know. I don't know, but it was great. I mean, that's just about a 10% bump in membership right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
and it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. So let's talk a little bit about the feedback, because it's quite plentiful. But I've never been so thrilled. I never thought it would be this successful. But the nice thing is that the strategy worked.
right.
Okay. First of all, the message had bite. Okay. I don't want to say I disliked, but I'm not a person who says, don't believe in God, you're not alone. That's very nice, but it's not my style. My style is more biting. So here we are saying, first of all, this is something you know, so it really challenges those people in the church pews. And second is a myth. A myth. So what exactly is a myth? Well, myth is this and religion is that, and are they the same thing, and are they different? And of course, the entire media junket that I went on, I really hit home over and over and over again on that mythology and religion are the same thing. And let people argue it. Let people say, oh no, mythology and religion are totally different. Guess what? Mythology and religion are exactly the same thing. And if anybody can tell me the difference, go for it, but you won't because it's, it's the same thing.
Well, religious scripture and mythology are basically the same thing.
No, mythology and religion. Why would you say religion is not?
Well,
what is the difference?
Because there are Dr. David Eller, who has actually made presentations at American Atheist Convention in the past, has written several books. The latest one dealing directly with atheism is called Atheism Advanced, and in his book he lists, I guess maybe eight or 10 different aspects of religion, and not all religions have all 8 or 10 items, but all of them have most of them. And there's aspects like the social aspects of it, a sense of belonging, as well. And for instance, not all religions actually are theistic in that they believe in a godhead the way Judaism, where the Abrahamic faiths do.
Okay, so if you're talking about the non-religious, the non-theistic religions, I guess I can.
Right. So what I'm saying is there's more to it than simply scripture. That's why but I would agree that scripture, religious scripture, is myth, largely myth.
Largely, well,
certainly built.
I guess I would have to yield the point on the non-religious, the non-theistic religions, like the secular Jews and the secular Muslims and.
The
IAHU.
I mean, all religions, such as the thing that say the Southern Baptists and the Orthodox Jews have in common is that there is a sense of community.
Yeah, but that's mythology too.
Well, the community is. It might be based on what they perceive. It might be the reason.
There was a community around Zeus too.
Right. I mean, the reason that they have a community may be based on mythology. They all believe in the same mythology.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. I'm just kind of clarifying it. So
that's okay. So we have some.
Okay.
We have some letters. Why don't you pick a letter and go for it?
Okay. This is one. I have mostly negative ones, but.
Oh, I gave you all the negative. I'll start off with the positive one.
And then I have one.
Okay. This is from. I'm not going to mention any names.
Right.
I don't know if this guy wants to be outed or not. So, I just wanted to write in support of your You Know It's a Myth campaign billboard when I discovered it on Richard Dawkins' website a while ago. Thank you, Richard. Since seeing this sign, I've watched several videos speaking on the news panel of David Silverman speaking on the news panel shows, and I think he's a fantastic representative. That's nice. Thank you very much. Reading your articles and seeing your campaign struck a chord with me in a way no other atheist writings I have to this point have done. You have made me realize that I should be proud to be an atheist, proud to have the courage and intellectual rigor to cast off my old claims and beliefs. I have since changed my religious views status on social networking sites to atheist, and I plan on telling my family and friends about it during this holiday season. Thank you for what you do. You're welcome. Isn't that perfect?
Yeah.
Isn't that perfect? That's exactly what we were going for.
Here's one from England. As an elderly atheist, I would like to congratulate the American atheists responsible for putting up the You Know It's a Myth This Season Celebrate Reason poster in New York. I hope that something like this will be done over here, and we'll suggest it to the National Secular Society. Every day of their lives, atheists are visually and verbally assaulted, in quotes, by religious polemic by way of posters outside churches and elsewhere, religious broadcasts and public avowals of Christianity by religious and political leaders. It's time atheists showed that what is sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander.
You know, they talk about assault a lot. When I put up this billboard, the first thing that they came out with was I was assaulting them.
Right.
How in the world can we assault somebody with a billboard? And they came out and they said I was attacking what about their kids? What if the kids see the billboard? What if the kids see the billboard? This is what I got. What if the children see the billboard? That means the children will speak to the parents, and the parents can ignore it or discuss the myth with their children. children will ask questions all the time. Doesn't mean we're going to be silent, because your children's going to ask questions about why Santa Claus and God seem to be exactly the same. It's not our problem. But I'm assaulting them.
Right, and it's not. But it's not like we're going into their homes and yanking out their Christmas trees or anything like that.
With a billboard.
Yeah.
With a billboard. Yeah. And the nice thing, you know, we didn't talk about this, but the first reaction from the Catholics was from the Archdiocese. And this was kind of funny, because the Archdiocese came out and said, oh, these atheists are attacking Christmas. We're not going to put $20,000 or however much money into a billboard. We think it's better spent on charity. They took that whole thing. And then a few days later, the Catholic League came out with a billboard of just about the same amount of money that did exactly the same the thing that the Archdiocese said they wouldn't do. Oh, no, we're going to spend it on charity. And the Catholic League said, oh, no, we're going to spend it on a billboard. And I'll tell you why. Because the Catholic League wanted to make money off of this. Okay, and they knew they could get publicity off of this. They knew they could invest the 20 grand to get their billboard, and they could ride this wave too. Now, did they know that they were going to cause more publicity to come to us? Of course they did. They didn't care, because they're business people.
Well,
and they wanted to get more people for their group, and that's what they wanted. So I just kind of love the fact that one part of the Archdiocese said, oh, no, we're going to spend it on nice things. We're going to spend it on charity. Then the Archdiocese said, oh, no, we're going to spend it on a billboard, which I kind of liked. And this woman said that we are being assaulted.
Right.
And she put it in quotes, right?
Right.
Yeah, because that's a joke. Because putting up a billboard is not an assault.
Right.
Okay? We can be insulted, and that's too bad. Well, because we can be insulted. There's no freedom against there's no right not to be insulted in this country. People put up billboards. They put up billboards, why do atheists hate America? Atheists are traitors to this country. That's insulting, and it's a lie. Right. But that doesn't mean that they can't put it up.
Right.
So, you know, this whole concept of anybody being assaulted over a billboard is just, oh, me playing the victim. Look at me playing the victim. Look at you being the bad guy for saying what you think.
Well, look at the war on the supposed war on Christmas. You know, the war on Christmas. Every year, for New York City Atheists, I make a joke that I try to commit war on Christmas every year by making up Happy Holidays signs.
Yes, that's a horrible war on Christmas.
Yeah, because as many as you may or may not know, people like I think Bill O'Reilly, especially like 3 or 4 years ago when this thing first started, tried to claim that there was a war on Christmas because some department stores put up Happy Holidays in order to be inclusive instead of Merry Christmas. Yeah. And so he started bleating and whining about the war on Christmas. So I kind of grabbed that and ran with it. And every year I say that I complain because no lesbians and Satanists are helping me do this.
Right.
I have to do it all by myself. But
yeah.
in any case, here's kind of just to the point where one of our more disapproving emails, it said, I honestly just wanted to let you know how pathetic I think you people are. I, as a Catholic, do not go around mocking or trying to change other people's beliefs. So these new signs that are being posted are outrageous and horrible. If you don't believe in God, keep it to your effing self.
Yes.
Well, in other words, he gets to say what he wants about his belief, but we're not supposed to say
keep it to yourselves.
Yeah,
no, we're not going to keep it to ourselves. We've been keeping it to ourselves for a very long time, and that is over. Sorry, sir. We're not keeping it to ourselves. We're never, ever, ever going back into the closet again. Right. Sorry if that inconveniences you.
In any case, I think we're getting a high sign here.
We got 2 minutes left.
In any case, I just want to, before we go off, probably by the time you see this, we hope that you have had a very happy winter solstice, you and your family, and wishing you a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yes.
Yeah, and don't forget next time, the next show is going to be the winter solstice show. Okay. And then we're going to have a couple of nice interview shows to take us through the season, the rest of the season.
I was just selfishly thinking about the New York City audience because this particular show is probably not going to be showing until right around New Year's. So.
Oh, well, you know, this is going to be totally dated then. Your New York City audience is
Well, I'm totally dated. So that's
man. All right, so
hey,
listen.
They're throwing us out.
Our website is atheist.org. It's down there at the bottom of the screen. Everything, you know, we really love hearing from you. Send us an email at avtv@atheist.org. If you saw us on television, that's great. If you're looking for gifts, this is a great place to look on our web store. We have a whole bunch of stuff, including billboard-based stuff that's all fundraisers. That's it. Have a great afternoon. Have a great season. I'm David Silverman.
Dennis Horvitz.
And thank you for joining us on Atheist Viewpoint, where reason reigns and reality rules.
Bye-bye.
We need the myth of Christmas, if only to make kids shut up and behave for a whole month.
What part of three kings following a star through a desert to bring presents to an immaculately conceived baby god they dreamt about sounds like a myth to you?